So I think fundamentally right now it isn't, but I do believe that it absolutely will do. So if we look at the way humans interact with services now, it's becoming increasingly kind of an on-demand situation. If you live in a major urban hub, you can procure services at the touch of a button within what is usually hours, so whether that be food, a cab ride, whatever the case may be. Insurance will get there because inherently humans are lazy. They like convenience, and actually being able to click one button and purchase my insurance product is what people are going to want to do in the future. People are also going to want that on-demand insurance to be relevant to them and not the pool of customers that they may well represent. So if we take travel insurance, for example, which is a product line which we know people are generally underinsured, one of the reasons is that it's quite a lot of hassle to go through an aggregator, buy a product, put in all of those details for your holiday to Spain, where actually you believe, no, I'm going to be fine in the most case. If that product is actually surfaced to you through a channel that you already use, through one of your social media channels, through your telco, through your bank, some of the things, for example, like Revolut are doing, whereby you can just click on demand, click one button, you've purchased your insurance contract. It breaks down those barriers and makes it really convenient for the customer. But I think the insurance industry really has an education piece to do to move people from going through the aggregators from buying their insurance to something which is much more on demand and will bring convenience. I think it's a really difficult one at the moment because we've just had GDPR, which is still fresh in people's minds, and insurers are rightly cautious about how they're going to use that data, but fundamentally people do understand that exchange of data is exchange of value. So if you walk into a hotel, you're quite happy to give up some of your social media credentials or your email addresses in order to access the Wi-Fi of that location, and you know that that's because there's a tangible value exchange. As we're kind of getting to a world whereby there's far more connected devices, Internet of Things, whether it be in the vehicle, home, for health reasons, for travel, people are going to recognise that there is value to be had from giving that data to their insurance organisations. But again, it comes down to this education piece. As an insurer, why should a customer give me access to the data? What is it that I'm going to give to the customer beyond the very standard service? And if you can relay that message, then ultimately I think it will be something that customers will feel increasingly comfortable to do. So I think the thing is about insurance is it's a necessity product. Nobody wakes up in the morning and thinks, wow, I'm excited to look at my insurance policy documents, but actually it's there in the background. I think what we're trying to do at AXA Partners is really deliver a value add proposition to the customer to provide a preventative service, i.e. stop the issue from happening in the first place, but move beyond the point of the insurance contract to offer them something a lot more tangible. So if you look at something that we've just launched in the motor space, we're providing on-demand vehicle repair and maintenance for customers who have insurance contracts with us and our clients. Now what that does is it takes the pressure away from the customer in having to take care of their vehicle, look after their car, all of that kind of thing, and actually presents the insurer as someone who's providing value-add services way beyond the insurance contract. So it's not just I interact with my insurer when they take my money or when something bad has happened to me. Actually, we slot into the customer's lives at different points to add value to their lives based on data that we can extract. So I think partnerships are kind of fundamentally important. I come from a banking background whereby there was this idea that the banking FinTech revolution occurred a few years ago, and actually these banks, these challenger banks were going to come and steal all the incumbents' customers, and it was going to be the end for the incumbents. The same thing has started to play out in InsurTech, and we've got to the point now where there's a recognition that actually collaboration is the way forward. Big insurance incumbents have challenges of legacy systems, being able to move quickly enough, and partnerships with startups and scale-ups provide that pace and agility. Those guys are also looking for customer bases, reputation, distribution potential. So actually it's a perfect marriage really, whereby the assets that the incumbent has are relevant to the kind of startup or scale-up organisation and vice versa. So I think that the way we're looking at it is these organisations help add value to our products, and we can help add value to them by providing distribution potential for their propositions. So AXA have spent a huge amount of money on interacting with the InsurTech space. So we have our own venture arm, we have a startup design studio called Camet. We have lots of heads of innovations around various geographies who are constantly out there scouting InsurTech organisations, working with the best InsurTech organisations. So it's a multifaceted strategy really. It's not just partnerships, it's investment, collaboration. There's a whole remit of things that we're doing in order to future-proof ourselves and make sure that as an organisation, AXA remains an industry leader in kind of driving the insurance sector forward. The thing is with events like these, some of them can be hit and miss, but the thing that stood out for me here is that there's a real focus on collaboration, accepting that collaboration needs to happen, accepting that there are two sides to the story, the incumbent and the kind of scale-up or startup organisation, and really creating an environment whereby we can openly discuss challenges, opportunities. It's a great environment to kind of breed success, if you like.